for not declaring him the winner of the February 25, 2023 election. We are at a loss as to how the copycat Obi and his faction of Labour Party convinced themselves that they won an election in which they came a distant third. The grand delusion that made Mr. B believe he could have won a national election when he ran the most hateful, divisive, and polarizing campaign that pits Christians against Muslims and one ethnic group against the other, a multi-ethnic and multi-religious society like Nigeria should be a matter of deeper examination. At the press conference where he tried in vain to gaslight Nigerians with false claims and innuendos, Mr. Obi contradicted himself. Here was a beneficiary I guess this should be he. He was a beneficiary of judicial pronouncements in the past, now castigating the same court. Its judgment did not go his way. Mr. B claimed the Supreme Court justices did not consider public opinion in delivering what has been applauded as the most profound judgment in an election appeal, where the Labour Party candidate presented the most watery and unreasonable petition before any court in the history of electoral cases in Nigeria. He made false allegations of rigging and other electoral malpractices, yet could not produce any evidence to back up his claims at both the Court of First Instance and at the Apex Court. In a failed effort to mobilize and retain the support of his supporters, Obi gave them a forlorn hope that he won the election and would prove it before the courts. Throughout the trial, his lawyers did not represent any alternative results different from the results INEC uploaded on the IRF portal and the ones signed by all party agents from the 176,000 polling units. We wonder how the Labour Party candidate expected the courts to do justice on the basis of rumors, lies, and false narratives by sponsors, partisans, and fanatical members of his obedient movement. We expected the Labour Party candidate to know that the Supreme Court or any other court does not give judgment based on public opinion and mob sentiments. Judicial pronouncements are based on evidence and precedent and rule of law. Having admitted that the Supreme Court ruling brought an end to litigations and any challenge to the bona fide of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the validly elected leader of Nigeria and commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Obi should have congratulated President Tinubu for his victory and pledged his support in the spirit of statesmanship. But instead, it brought up extraneous matter that he thought the Apex Court should have considered to decline the winner. In our view, the drowning Obi, just like Atiku, was merely attempting to hold on to a straw in raking up new allegations which exist only in his imagination and that of his hordes of supporters. Our admonition to Mr. Peter Obi is to find another worthwhile vocation to engage his time henceforth, having been rejected by a majority of Nigerians who did not consider him qualified to lead our country. Nigerians rejected Peter Obi and his demagoguery at the poll because he posed present and future danger to the peace, progress, and stability of our country. Obi's antecedents as governor of Anambra State for 8 years did not inspire any confidence as some capable of running a country like Nigeria. No tangible records of achievement in the state he governed recommended him for the presidency of Nigeria. Mr. Peter Obi truly believes in Nigeria. The time to prove it is now, when all men and women of goodwill are rallying support for President Tinubu in his determination to lead a new era of prosperity, inclusive governance, and economic growth in Nigeria. Finally, we welcome Obi and his party to play the role of the opposition and start preparing for another shot at the presidency in 2027. We hope by then he would campaign on issues and not whip up religious and ethnic sentiments as he did in the last campaign. Bayo Onanuga, Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, dated November 6, 2023. Well, who let the dogs out? Or who let anybody out? Who let the vocations out? Well, I think with this, one of the reasons I'm taking our time to read this, because I really want to have a closure on this. At least everybody who has some sense of need for closure has expressed their sentiments. Atiku, Obi, Tinubu have expressed their sentiments about this. I think the only person who did not say or given any sense of direction on whether he has any sentiment running through him would have to be Rabi Musa Konkoso, who we would see down the line where pretty much what he navigates up to or what he navigates to at the end of the day. But in a short while from now, let's talk about our chances at the economic recovery as we have it. I understand the times are hard. December is coming. It is not looking ready. It's not looking dirty at all. Not from my view. I don't know if you see it differently, but the plans around economic recovery in the country, which is what the president talks about at every opportunity, or to say, well, we're on the path of prosperity, we're getting there, we're making adjustments, whether it's no forex or no forex, whether it's the concept around fiscal policy or any other policy, we're making those adjustments to see how things will go. There are tax adjustments being done. The ministers who were promising, like Solid Binras were promising, possibly how money would come in. Minister of Digital Economy Digital Economy talks essentially about how the inflow of funds will make a difference as well. Recently, there was a signing which the Minister of Foreign Affairs did sign on behalf of Nigeria to say, well, get the funds in, let's make a difference. And the president as well is taking a tour of Saudi Arabia with a possible option of seeing how they can invest in the country. My question, as we wade into all of this and the economic recovery parties, what do you do? How does security provide a proper basis or any basis at all to get a chance to have people invest in a country where there are still chances of insecurity plighting us day by day in various states? Even the states that so-called on paper haven't appears to have recovered from insecurity and attacks, but the news says otherwise, or the stories in the news prove otherwise, that there's still a measure of insecurity in many states of the Federation. Well, question would ask is, where are the service chiefs? Somebody did ask that question, and they're on the field. What's their strategy like? What would it look like to actually understand what they're implementing? If they are implementing, what do we understand about the implementation? Are they going to be silent achievers? Will they carry out more action than speculative words as regards what they think needs to be done and how it will be done, and essentially how it should be done? Well, would that be the case, or would we see judged them by their actions? How much actions have been carried out in 6 months? How much actions can be done before the next end of the year? And now when you look into our chances with the crude oil, petroleum, petrol, and every other company that makes up petroleum products in itself, where are we? The price of gas is taking a hike. The price of petrol, relatively stable in a few months now. And then kerosene seems to be off the charts. Diesel, numbers only tell the story and the reality around such and such. But I would ask you this: what does economic recovery look like from your end? Yes. What are the closest, marginal closest indicators to say to you and I, or you perceive that you can say to me, oh, we're on the path of recovery? I'd like to find out next what you think after the break. I'm Femi D. Amalim. I'll be back shortly to listen to your view. Economic recovery.
Not be today. With some small stretch mark, they try shook face on my body. So when I can't get belly,
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi D. Amalim. Join the biggest conversation around national politics every day in a way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria and be engaged differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even this morning.
Audio Jungle.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
is Nigeria Info News.
Nigeria Info.
This 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 is Nigeria Info News.
Some of issues not to miss out on as always. Oh yes, if you're joining us on Facebook, we're streaming live right now. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info Abuja will do fine if you're on Facebook, or just search up, okay, at Nigeria Info Abuja. And if you are on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja, would also do fine. All right. The lines remain open on 0700 951 0000. Okay, I do have that number now. 08095974869, and yes, on 08099930137. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dr. Femi D. Amali Habakar from Gwagwalada.
All right, good to have you on.
Again, thank you. We should call action steps being taken by government as economic recovery is misnomer. What we are now is either economic stagnation or economic decline. Economy is one of the social sciences that respond sharply to human behavior. For now, the incomes are low, businesses are closing down, people, there are lesser and lesser economic activities. People walk a long distance, they trek long distance to their place of work. A school teacher in a rural community was sharing with me that now the teachers in rural school, they alternate among themselves. Some will go on Wednesday, some will go on Thursday. So it is affecting our education, it's affecting our every aspect of our national life. The current economy has shut down everybody. We are indoor, nothing is, and now we are in a Christmas season. No jungle, no atmosphere of Christmas coming nearby. Everything is shut down. There is no economic recovery. When you are hiking the price of fuel stimulate commerce, trade, transportation. But all these now are dormant.
Okay.
So what is the economic recovery?
So you think there's no economic recovery? Nothing on the outside
No
right
recovery.
now. Nothing.
When you are killing dreams, you are killing businesses, you say economic recovery, you reverse. If there are harsher, you inherited a harsher economic policy. If you reverse them, you put people on the path of recovery. But not this. They are always introducing tougher and tougher policies that are continuing impoverishing millions of Nigerians. You time it economic. Where is the recovery?
All right. Thank you so much. Grateful to you. Okay, good morning. Welcome. Oh, that is stay true. Let's find out from you. Any sign of economic recovery at all? People have been saying there's been talk about this given, that given, transport station and palliatives and more, but any sign of recovery in your view? Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. B.
Yes, good morning, sir.
I love your voice.
Thank you, sir. I'm grateful.
My name is Chris from Asokoro.
All right, then.
Yeah, I want to continue from where Abubakar stopped. We are in a dire situation in this country. There's hunger in the land. Economic recovery? How far? No hope. Because the government is not caring enough by investing on vehicles, yachts, and other unacceptable economic situations and conditions. Therefore, we appeal to this government to please be more caring for the people. And there cannot be economic progress without security. The insecurity is really alarming. Abubakar, thank you.
All right. Well,
thank you, Dr. B.
Thank you as well for your view. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Glad you joined in.
Hello, Mr. Femi D, my brother.
Yes, welcome. How are you today?
Good morning, this wonderful morning.
Yes, sir.
I wish you the best day today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My name is Obedient Maurice Wachibu.
All right, welcome.
Please, Femi, I want to remind Abubakar from Kubwa, if he's hearing me now, we produce all our evidence in the at the court, both the tribunal and the Supreme Court. But let me remind him that the highest bidder in Nigeria buy off Nigeria.
And when was the bid opened? Who opened the bid? Who's in charge of the bid?
The highest bidder is Femi. I know.
Chairman, if there's a bid, I'm asking you who was the highest bidder? When was the bid announced?
The bidder started from INEC to the Supreme Court.
So how much was paid for it?
I don't know.
So why you attesting to something you don't know? You carried us down a bid road. If you're going to talk about Nigeria being
my turn, and his turn will bid.
Do you know one of the things that's significant about a bid is that there's a monetary exchange or some form of exchange? So I'm asking you, if you're saying there was a bid, how much was bidded? When was there this bid? I mean, before I arrange the English wrongly.
Somehow, sometime, it happened that way, but it cannot come in. It cannot come and publish.
You cannot attest to something you do not know the details, and that would be wrong, okay, my brother. You have a right to express yourself, to say, oh, you don't agree with the outcome of the election. It's a shallow understanding, and that's what I'm saying to you, sir.
That's why that makes me to break my voter's card, because our vote doesn't count anymore. Thank you.
Well, maybe your vote's the way you say it, because the way you understand the politics, it looks like it's a little bit different from what has played out. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dr. Femi Diamene, Paul from Lokogoma.
Welcome, Mr. Paul.
Thank you. Economic recovery. Femi, are you aware that the federal government is paying subsidy?
Mr. Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked the question that are there signs of any economic recovery?
Because
again, so it would be nice if you use for Mr. Paul. It's always nice if when you call, you want to make answers, you want to make statements. You don't start with questions. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help me. Okay, because it helps the people who are listening to us will not comprehend both of us. Do you understand?
Okay.
So yes. So if you're saying no, there's no economic recovery, be direct with your statements and let's follow through from there. Okay.
The answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
It's no, because right now, the government is paying subsidy. After over 300% increment, all in the name of subsidy removal, which was going to be the solution. When you are talking about the issue of economy recovery, you talk about the value of your currency. If you talk about the issue of ranking, the real Naira currency is not among the 15 in Africa.
So you're saying you're paying subsidy. How? Please, do you mind sharing with us how they're paying for subsidy?
No, they're paying subsidy. They're paying subsidy.
No, share with us now. Let's hear from you.
The Ipman told us.
Who?
Ipman told us that government, the Ipman chairman.
Okay, and Ipman chairman is a member of government?
You know, he's part of the people who now know about the fuel importation.
Okay.
The value of Naira is going high.
But is Ipman chairman part of the government?
Yeah, he's not part of the government, but he knows he's part of the importation. People that import the fuel, the product. So these are the issues we are looking at. A measure of beans right now is 1,500 Femi. 1,500. So it is not everybody that can eat beans in Nigeria. How much is an egg? These are the issues we are looking at. Things that anybody can afford. It's not for the people who are in position to get money, or people, minimum of the middle class, the high class people in the society can afford those things. A measure of rice is 1,700. How do you want a common man to afford it? How much is the minimum wage?
Okay.
We are still talking about this when the senator...
All right, Mr. Paul. Thanks for your time.
There's no hope.
All right. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Committee.
Yes, how are you today?
I'm fine. My name is Emeka.
All right, Emeka.
Please, I want to talk about P2P comment.
Sorry,
Hello?
You said what? You like to talk about what?
About P2P comment.
Oh, okay. Let's hear from you on that.
I want to ask first, Aladuga, is this from where?
The who? Okay. Not too sure I picked up on that as well. Properly to understand what you were getting at. Okay. Femi, good morning. Standing from Gaki, Femi was killed in Borno State. Femi, if you can remember during the time of Umaru Yaradua, just a moment. All right, keeping up with all the messages. Stanley from Gaki did say, farmers killed in Borno State. Femi D, if you can remember, during the time of Umaru Yaradra, his vice Jonathan went to the creeks to talk to the militants, and Nigerians are waiting for Kashim Ibrahim to do something with Boko Haram as well. Good morning from D. Paul from Lokogoma didn't mention Bumi, he mentioned Gumi, and every Nigerian knew him to be a controversial cleric who always makes controversial comments. Victor from Airport Road. So Femi D, let me continue from where Mr. Paul stopped. My question is, was Buhari a failure? The answer is yes. Another question is, did Tinubu promise to consolidate and continue from where Buhari stopped? And the answer again is a big yes. So, Family, if Tinubu has spent less than 6 months in office and it has failed woefully with regards to Tinubu is a failure like Buhari was. Even those of their supporters are fully aware. Oluwachidi makes their iteration. Give me a moment. Apologies again for that moment of stepping away from the mic. Yeah. All right. So keeping up with all the stories this very morning, there's no day you wake up without hearing news of people being killed in some parts of the country. This Boko Haram has done so much evil in this country, and yet the government will rehabilitate them into this society if they are caught. This reminds us the primary function of the government, because it seems the one they told us in school was not right about securing life and property. Nebong from Kaduna Road did share his view there. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Charles speaking.
Okay, Sam, welcome.
I'm asking questions Tinubu's economic policy. I will tell you, and I can put up my life, what he has succeeded in doing is bringing those who are perfect in propaganda. If you remember, during Buhari, Garba Shehu, Femi Adesina, we are all mounted there. They come on media every day, keep telling you infrastructures everywhere, how PDP destroyed the country. This APC is building infrastructure. Femi D, as a journalist, help us tell us the infrastructure that Buhari built for 8 years. All he did was he built propaganda. And that is exactly what Buhari have rolled on. Tinubu have rolled on. Propaganda. If you can always remember, I told them that propaganda does not build nation. Like one of the politicians said the other day, you don't go to America to look for investors, or you're going to Germany to look for investors. My dear brother, as a journalist now, if there is a radio station that open up that have the world best facility, and they don't even need to advertise, they call it Femi D, come. They show you their facilities, give you good offer. Like you will tell Nigeria Info, thank you for the time we have worked so far. You will move it because you have some progress. That is how economy is built. When nations develop the infrastructures, investors come in. What they do here is they come on social media, they come on NTA, they tell you how life does not build nations. All they do is to gather money and award contracts that most times they don't execute, they share the money, it continues. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Motion without movement. That's what Nigeria has been into.
So, in quick summary, your point is that nothing indicates on the outside that we are the part of economic recovery. All right.
That's really it.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Femi.
Yes, good morning.
Please permit me to answer this person that say what Buhari did.
What is your name? What is your name?
This is Hamid from Bogolada.
All right, Ahmed.
Buhari was able to build second Niger bridge. Buhari was able to upgrade Telugu International Airport. Buhari was able to build many railways in Nigeria. Buhari was able to build many roads in Nigeria. And when this person to tell me, what did Jonathan do for them for Sati? What did he do? No government has ever done more than Buhari.
Okay. Well, you already know his side and his view to things. Good morning to you.
Good morning, my dear family.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Felix Ocean. I'm calling from Madam.
All right, Felix.
You see, when P2B speaks, see a man that is frustrated due to hope ambition. And some people call and said, I don't know what people talk, how to say with Indians who are sincere, who are honest, who always read Bible and see what Bible says about their life. Mostly in the morning, like this. Everything is active in blessing. It's also active in punishment. What God hates most is what you know and you claim you don't know. So family, all of us know it. Let me start somebody from Southeast. My wife is from Enugu. We are not only married to a someone, I'm married to a daughter of the prosperity. Family, I swear with my life. People which are not in land cannot. Because going to compete with philanthropy. Oh, these women are here, this boy, he will not see his back. We are talking about people that lead people from prosperity. People that giving people scholars. Look at this.
Oh dear. Okay, the network is not allowing him to pick up on this point, but part of made me smile. If for those who are streaming, you will have seen me smiling. Was when he said lies, especially in the morning. And there was one part of the day the lights do better than the other parts of the day. But it's just an interesting iteration he did make there. Mwazo John Lasisi on Facebook said, let us for the past election look forward to how to better our dear country. Also, Francis from Enugu, watching from Enugu, says, good morning from the keep up the good work. He also did say the federal government should begin to revitalize moribund refineries and diversify economy and create enabling for both local and foreign investors to enhance productivity and economic development. May God help us. Also, Francis Namani from Magunzi did share that. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Femi.
Morning to you.
Femi, good morning. This is Vice Ticket calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, from Port Harcourt, welcome.
Femi, I just want to say that Nigeria, we are like somebody in a desert now. We don't even know where we're going. And I don't know. And we actually decided maybe to think from where we come from and how to get back to where we.
Oh dear. Okay. Just to hope you're able to reach us back as soon as possible. That we'll be able to listen to your view on that. Okay, keeping up with other calls. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is V. I'm calling from Area 3.
All right. Yes, we're with you.
My name is V. I'm calling to talk about the government. I wish the same way they have passion of replying Peter Obi and Atiku. That's the same way they have passion of repairing what they did wrong. Our situation right now, is at the wrong side. They don't have passion of bringing back Nigeria to where we were before. Go to the market and see what's going on. Everything is very expensive. We can't even eat 3 meals a day. So what are they saying? But they have passion of replying to B, have passion of replying article. They should stand up and take us to where we were before. I don't understand. Each time they come up and start replying people, that's wrong. That's not why we vote. I didn't vote. I didn't vote them. So that's not why they are there. Why they are there is for them to work. We want them to work. Bring back Nigeria back to where they were before. If you can't do anything, bring them back to where they were before. That's what we're expecting them to do. Not replying to every conversation. That's wrong of them. Tinubu is in Saudi Arabia. He moves from one place to the other. That's not why we voted him. Do something, I beg.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to talk to you. Thanks for expressing your view the way you have. Here's what Kelly from Cuba did write today. Said, hope you're doing well and fine. Femi, dear Femi, there can never be any economic recovery but mere shalaye vocabulary usage in economy and finance. So long as Nigeria is not an industrialized nation. Shalaye means to explain. It's one thing to acknowledge one's poverty. It's another thing to have the will and sincerity and deliberate intention to salvage it. I will end up by saying, even if Jesus Christ were to run an election against Barabbas in Nigeria, Barabbas would always win. I remember when Vice President Kashim Shettima said that the then Vice President Oshibajo is a good man, and good men like him should sell ice cream and not run for office. Nigerians most are a paradox to this desire, but as long as most Nigerians have decided to think that unrighteousness can give birth to righteousness, this journey is further than everyone. It's further than everyone. Kelly from Cuba did write that in. Good morning, Femi. I'm Sama from Buhari. It still surprises me to see people defend Buhari. We are our own problem, seriously. And then here's Ade from Lugbe says, Femi, Nigeria is going to be good under President Tinubu. Those who are talking now will soon bury their head in shame. Rome was not built in a day. Tinubu is cooking and it will soon be done. Ade from Lugbe, the Chase view. Femi, good morning. When we say people should write what they read, others take that adversary for granted. You can see now how Obi is having difficulty reading a speech or a position paper prepared for him by his handlers, and many, including me, could not comprehend him nor able to talk or take anything home in the end. And he is expected to be our president from the last count before the Supreme Court judgment. Patrick Rice set in. Good morning, Femdi. The second Niger Bridge, the rails are actually projects from the Jonathan administration. Buhari as well as Tinubu are both failures, you write. They are quick to reply opposition, but when it comes to fixing the country, all we hear is speeches, no action. No country was built by speeches. Steeler from Cuba did write that in. All right, I have to leave it at that for this very morning. I'm so grateful that you've expressed your views the best way you can. And yes, also done in a very cultured way that is very airworthy as we have it on Nigeria Info. I'm back tomorrow as we take on another show again on Morning Crossfire with Femi Live. I'll be here. Send me a direct message, okay, on any of the social media platforms of your choice. It could be Facebook, Threads. Where else am I on? Good morning to you, D. Amele. Enjoy your day.
This is Nigeria Info.